Breaking news in the last few seconds, the U.S. House voted nearly unanimously to force the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. The only vote against was Clay Higgins, a Republican congressman from Louisiana. The bill now goes to the U.S. Senate, and if the Senate approves it too, it goes to Donald Trump's desk. Trump now saying that he will sign it if it makes it that far. Several of Epstein's victims in the White House right now advocating for this to move forward.
Republicans are already trying to come up with ways to remove Donald Trump's name from the Epstein files. Speaker Mike Johnson held a press conference this morning listing these as the dangers of the discharge petition if this bill becomes law and the files are released. So before I talk about number 2 highlighted in yellow, I just want to point out that Republicans are claiming that this bill to release the Epstein files doesn't protect victims, it includes abuse material, it would hurt future investigations, and it would release classified information. Literally all of those reasons are a lie. They just have to read the bill. These are the different things that the DOJ could withhold under this law. Personally identifiable information about victims, abuse material, or classified information. All of that is false. And then number 2 says innocent persons risk of disclosure of non-credible allegations creating new victims. They're saying that if someone like Donald Trump or another wealthy man contained in these files, if their name is released within them, they could become a new victim. What? A new victim? Are you serious? These wealthy men who might have been part of the investigation were not charged. Their name being contained in the documents makes them a victim? What is wrong with these Republicans, man? But they're saying that because they want to redact Donald Trump's name, saying that he could become a new victim because he wasn't charged in connection with Epstein. It is crazy the lengths they're going to protect Donald Trump.
Jeffrey Epstein's brother says that the Republican Party is sanitizing names from the Epstein files. That's why Trump now supports the release. Now, this is something that has been rumored for a while. We, of course, shared the deputy, whoever the hell it was, in the Department of Justice on a date where he accidentally spilled with an undercover video.
They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files.
That was the plan all along. Here's Jeffrey Epstein's brother, who also, you might remember, said Jeffrey Epstein was not suicidal. He wouldn't have killed himself. He also gave updates saying that the reference to a oral gift was not including Bill Clinton. We still don't know who Bubba is, but we'll find that out. Here is Jeffrey Epstein's brother.
What I do want to talk about is I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out of it.
Ro Khanna has said regarding the Epstein files, they can take names out, but we've got enough of the lawyers of the victims that they'll know if something is removed. So hopefully, even if they do alter these files, hopefully there's a true copy somewhere, in which case you could prove even bigger conspiracy.
Trump administration spent months trying to keep the Epstein files from us, and then all of a sudden they're okay with it. You don't think there's no scandal happening behind the scenes where they're tampering with evidence? No, I'm not that excited.
Okay, Senator, on that note, just I guess a question that's out there. Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding? Why doesn't he want them released? When you don't want something like this released, when even a whole lot of Republicans are calling for the release, his own party.
So he's going to say that's the question everybody is asking and then proceed to not answer the question that everybody is asking. And the reason he didn't answer the question is because he can't answer it honestly. The reason they didn't do it under Biden is because they did not see it as politically advantageous to their crusade against Donald Trump. If they see something that they feel can harm Donald Trump, they're all about it.
We about to fact check this shit. First, if you mess with me, make sure you hit that follow button. Let's get it. What the hell is he talking about? First of all, you cannot release documents during a trial or ongoing investigation. And Ghislaine Maxwell, the accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein, was not convicted until 2021 of December. And technically, the president does not have the power to release the Epstein files. Now, the president does have the power to declassify files, but they can only declassify government files, and the Jeffrey Epstein files are not considered government files. So it's technically the court's decision to release any of the files, which is why when Donald Trump said that he would declassify the Epstein files, it made no sense. And during Biden's administration, we got over 4,000 new documents between Ghislaine Maxwell and Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit. Not to mention that the grand jury testimony in Jeffrey Epstein's first trial in 2006 was released in 2024. In late 2024, Democrats tried to push a bill that was related to what Epstein did to his victims. And he would have known that if he would have done his research.
Democratic voters, are you sure you want to release these Epstein files? Are you scared that you're going to find out that you are supporting pedophiles?
Hi, thanks for asking. To answer your first question, Democratic voters, are you sure you want to release the files? Yes, release them. To answer your second question, yes, I think everybody should be concerned about supporting those types of people. I think everybody with a brain at this point knows certain people in the government are protecting these types of people. And it does not matter if you have a D or an R next to your name. It does not matter who you voted for. It does not matter your politics. If you are in the files, you are bad. And I thought everybody agreed on that. I feel like that is a very, very normal thing to agree on and to say, yeah, we all think these people are bad on both sides. What a weird question to ask. And if political affiliation matters to you when it comes to these types of people, you're also weird. I don't know why this lady posted this as some sort of gotcha to Democratic voters.
Well, we're worried about the victims that are in the Epstein files. We don't want to release their names because it should be about discretion. But I thought that Epstein's victims said on the White House lawn that they wanted all of this information to come out and didn't want their names redacted from... Oh. The billionaires are the victims. The actors in Hollywood are the victims. Oh, okay. The politicians that are in these files are the real victims. Yeah, because it just wasn't adding up. It just wasn't adding up what you meant by victim.
Democrats are reeling as Donald Trump plays 4D chess with the Epstein files.
Yeah, that 4D chess line is not the last stupid thing you'll hear one of these yapping skin tags say in this video. But it's been tough to be a MAGA Trump supporter over the last, couple weeks with the whole Epstein thing. So I understand that they're desperate for a win and they just grasped at anything, like when Trump did this.
Trump is flipping the script back on the Democrats. He's ordering the DOJ to go investigate Epstein's relationship with Mr. Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah, Dems are shaking. Trump ordered the DOJ to investigate, Bill Clinton, some of his administration, other Democrats. JP Morgan Chase, which is hilarious because he had the guy in charge of that at the White House last week. But sure, that's what he's doing. Even Pam Bondi's like, oh, thanks, boss. Thanks for giving me the green light. And all these right-wingers are like, oh, you Dems, you got to be shaking in your boots now. And then an odd thing happened after Trump did this. He came out and said, if you vote for the list, I'll sign it. And he's encouraging Republicans to vote yes to release the list after spending weeks demanding that they not. Special meetings with Lauren Boebert and having a huge falling out with Marjorie Taylor Greene, threatening people. Now he's like, go ahead, I'm fine with it. And legal experts, they have a theory as to why. So let's say they do vote to release the files, and then the DOJ comes in and goes, oh, but wait a moment. We have an active, open investigation that involved these files. We can't release them. They're part of an investigation. Most of the right-wingers haven't picked up on this, but a few of them have, like that 4D chess guy, and he seems pretty happy about it.
When they vote to release everything next week, we're going to know everybody's involved anyways. No, but that's the beauty of it. No attorney anywhere will release the files if it's a part of a current investigation, which could go on till the end of time.
When all of this comes out, because it will at some point, whether it's tomorrow or a month from now or 11 years from now, it will come out. And when it does, and we see all the people they were trying to protect, I want you all to remember every single right-wing shill who had been before screaming about the Epstein list until Trump was like, nah, and then they have done nothing but apologize and backpedal. I want you to remember every single person like that celebrated how brilliant a move this was by Trump. I want you to remember all of them and never, ever, ever let them forget, because there are nearly 1,000 victims of him that have come forward and spoken, and they deserve better than this.
Well, would you look at that? Both sides of Congress almost unanimously voted to release the Epstein files, except for one Representative Clay Higgins, which hits super close to home, because if you guys could believe this or not, this man represents my hometown. So that is wild to me, but not surprising at all. He's allegedly wanting to protect the victims, It's like, yes, we want to keep the victims in mind, but plenty of victims have stepped forward. If are some that are uncomfortable, they could have stepped up to say so. So being about the victims is really BS in my opinion. It's like, really, you're going to be the only person to not vote. But like I said, it's definitely not surprising from Clay Higgins. Like, he been on some BS the entire time he's held his seat. So I'll be the first one to tell y'all that it's not surprising and we should investigate him. That is crazy. With all of this back and forth going on, they finally almost all decided to vote. And it's just, I don't know. I'm not believing it, you all. Just like I have up on the screen and what the clip I had in the video, this set of documents, it's going to look like a distorted American flag. Black boxes and black stripes everywhere. You will probably barely be able to read these files. That's why it went through so easily. And by Trump saying, oh, he's going to sign it, he's going to sign it. Yeah, right. That man is going to play around and delay it so much to where like he's just going to practically just throw it in the trash. And this whole investigation thing to wanting to reopen it, he laid the groundwork for it to never be able to be released. So I hope that anyone that is excited and happy that it finally passed, I hope you like lower your expectations for this to actually be released to the public, because I can guarantee you it is not over. I think from what I heard, I think they have 30 days, the DOJ or FBI, whoever has 30 days to release it. But like I said, that investigation Trump supposedly wants to open or has already opened, it's going to impede it from being released to where it's just never going to do so. So, I mean, I hate to be the one to break it to you. I'm sure everyone is thinking this. It's every name, especially any mention of Trump is going to be erased and blacked out on this document. At least we could say both sides of the Congress did what they should do and did the right thing and voted for this to be released. Even though, like I said, it's not going to happen. I hope that I'm wrong, by the way. That's why I really haven't been speaking about the news that's been going on with the files and like what's been happening, because I feel like, okay, even if they do vote to pass this, it's just going to be so many hurdles. And even if the hurdles aren't going to really be anything major, it's just going to be so heavily erased to where we don't even know anything of what happened, or anything major at least. So that's just why it never really moved me. Of course, I feel for the victims. I hope that in some kind of Hail Mary chance we could get unedited files. But I mean, I just feel like it's just going to be the same things we've already seen. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope within that 30 days or however long, these things will get released so that these victims could finally get some kind of feeling of justice, and just finally maybe kind of get some closure. Now, if his own brother, Epstein's brother, is even coming out and saying it, now he's not to fully be trusted either. I definitely don't want y'all to think like, oh, if he says it, then it's got to be true. But I mean, he kind of has some firsthand information and probably is getting the details. So I would probably lean towards what he's saying to be true. We all know something fishy is going on. So we'll just have to see what happens in the coming days. And so many Republicans and MAGA are like, oh, are y'all going to really be ready? Just like the one girl said in the video that I included tonight. Oh, are y'all ready for if any Democrat names are in there? And it's like, yes, because I'm someone, it's like, even if it's someone I respected, I want every name to be dropped. Because what's wrong is what's wrong, and we need to know the truth. It's just like this comment I have on the screen. I'll read it. The difference is that if someone who we supported was in the files, we would no longer support them, while Republicans would fight tooth and nail to defend their people if they're on the list. And that is 1,000% true, because this was something a lot of people in MAGA, not everybody, was rallying for. Oh, he's going to release him. He's going to release him. He could have dropped him anytime. He doesn't need any votes to do this. Y'all will try to cover up for Trump and make every excuse, while on Democrats, I'm sure there will be some Democrats that would try to defend as well. I'm not going to say like, oh, we're perfect, but y'all will try to make every excuse in the book to say why Trump shouldn't be held liable. But Democrats, whoever is named, they're going to be canceled and primaried if there's someone in office. But yeah, it's just so funny how a lot of people in MAGA just switched up so fast on this. Thankfully, I mean, I'm not giving her any credit, but thankfully Marjorie Taylor Greene was a person who started to push this through, and Massey and everybody. But there's a lot of people in MAGA that's probably still apprehensive to this because they don't want to betray. But I'm sure a lot of them do not want to be on the sinking ship with Trump. But anyway, you guys, we'll just have to see, like I said, what happens in the coming days. Just don't expect much. Don't get excited. If something big emerges from this, then we can move accordingly. But don't stress out and feel like we're going to get so much information. I hope that we do, but I don't know. Just for the victims, I hope that we do, but do not hold your breath. But anyway, definitely let me know what y'all think about this down below. And just a little off-topic thing. Happy November 18th. Before I forget, drop an owl or a 6 in the comments if you know what I'm referring to. I'll leave it there. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.